All right, this is a really interesting video that just dropped. This guy here goes around Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and he interviews some people about what they think about Indian immigration, what it's like living there. And it's interesting to see the different races of people and what they think. And I just want to watch a couple interviews and then talk about it. It's very interesting.
Feel about immigration?
Brampton, it's a bit different.
It's a bit different?
I would say Canada is, I'm okay with it completely.
Yeah.
Brampton is a bit different from the way it's gone with the whole Indian epidemic,
Yeah.
but I can't say really much about it.
Do you feel like immigration is causing problems, tension?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Brampton, right? So I've been here my whole life.
Yeah.
45 now. I grew up
45 years.
literally right down the street.
Right down the street.
And it was 100,000 people, 200,000 people. That's
Yes.
the only thing I can say about it is I'm not a big city guy.
Yeah.
Brampton is now a big city.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
other than that, but a lot of my friends obviously complain about the Indian. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you at all, eh? You think like that's racist to complain about the Indians? You feel like there's an immigration problem in general? You think Canada's doing too much when it comes to immigration?
Well, we need people, right?
We do need people,
we have
right?
30 million people or something like that. They're all, half of them are baby boomers.
Yes.
They're all going to be dying off within the next 10,
Yes.
15 years.
And a lot of them are not having kids.
Well, what I would say to that is if we do need young people, we should treat it like we used to, more like with the point system under Harper, where Canada is almost like a university where you accept people based on their academics, what you think they're going to bring to the table for the country, not just get bodies no matter who they are. I don't care where they're from, but I do care the quality of the people. And of course, it makes a difference, just like it makes a difference who you allow in universities. And just like a university, anyone who screws up would get kicked out. I mean, if they screw up in a major way. So if they start committing crimes, you're out, not like, keep going with it. So this guy seems nice. He's like a kind person, obviously a local born here. Seems a little bit clueless, to be honest. Let's just continue on.
And it's Commonwealth country, right?
Commonwealth country.
So to bring them over is easy, right?
Yes.
So it's easier to get in from those countries. So it's
Okay.
an obvious thing that's going to happen, right?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Because they're brown skinned is why people get upset about it, right?
Exactly.
That's what
For the
I
most
find
part.
stupid about the whole thing. It's like,
So he thinks the only reason people get upset with mass Indian immigration in this case is because they have brown skin, which he feels stupid. That's a very lazy line that I think a lot of white people, I'll be racist against whites for a second, kind of joking there, but like a lot of them they're brought up in this. They're so keen on not being racist, and I don't want to be racist. I don't like it. I see some of the comments in my own videos that I don't like. Um, but they're so interested in not being racist that anytime one group does cause any problem or a subgroup of that group causes a problem, they just blame it on race and they don't want to see it. They don't want to address it. They just want to be on like the side of like not being racist no matter what. And that's the pathetic part. They have their heads in the clouds.
if it were a different country, nobody would give a shit, right?
That is true for the most part. Yeah. People's main problem, from what I heard, is like they don't like assimilate or some stuff.
Well,
How do you feel about that?
it's happened through the years, right? Like if you're Portuguese, there's plenty of Portuguese people here, and I've been in Brampton forever. That
It gets boring there. But now watch this next one. See, I like this guy quite a bit better. So let's just see what he says. He's got his head in the game more.
Stay behind.
Are you from Canada?
Yes.
Born and raised?
Yeah.
How long have you lived here?
Since I was born, so 35 years.
35 years? Okay. Like, how do you feel about immigration in general? Because obviously this is a big subject, right?
Yeah.
People are complaining. Some people are being racist.
The biggest issue I know is like the
Yeah.
temporary foreign workers issue, the LMIA stuff.
Yes, we are just talking about that.
Stuff is it's kind of and especially with my ethnicity.
Yeah.
I'm Punjabi, and
Yeah.
those are the most people that came to this.
So he's Indian and he's born in Canada. So he's like Canadian, I mean, but ethnically he feels he can see it and criticize it and comment on it on any of the scams going on. That's the cool part. If you're some white person, you feel, oh, I can't even notice what's going on. I just have to just my whole goal in life is to not be racist. So no matter what happens, I'm just going to pretend to not notice any of it. Whereas a person like this, I mean, this is what we need in the sense of they can be comfortable just telling the truth. Okay, he's not racist against Indians. He is ethnically. So let's just continue on here.
Country all of a sudden in the last 5-10 years on
Which is true.
illegal scams from that country.
Yes.
Fake students, everything is I think it's just a big scam. Because like my parents came in the 70s.
The 70s, yeah.
So like right before the
Mine's
Charter of Rights
too.
of Freedom.
Exactly.
Right. So
Exactly.
when my grandfather came here, he had a turban, couldn't get a job, so he had to cut his hair, right? And then the Charter of Rights of Freedoms came. Okay, it's good. He can work. Okay, I get it. Makes
This is the cool part. See, both of these guys, their parents came in the 70s and they were brought up here. And they are noticing, I'm noticing a whole trend of this, even in my own life. So I was in the sauna at the gym not that long ago, and there were two Indian guys ethnically, but they were born in Canada, and everyone else in the sauna was white. And like a lot of times, just in a pub, like a gym sauna, people just, they're comfortable. It's like a bunch of guys in there. They're all talking, and they could feel like these are normal, like workout sort of young guys who they're very Canadian. Their accent's Canadian. They work out, like the whole thing, and they started this conversation with each other, and they wanted everybody to hear. They're like these two. They're disgusted with the scams, like the new, like any garbage coming in. Not saying anyone new who's coming in is garbage, but the type of scams that go on, the criminality, and just like woke white idiots looking the other way. They're saying their life is worse now because the racism they're noticing is going way up. It used to not be. They were both saying, like, one of them's like, my dad was a doctor. He worked his butt off so that I could have a good education. And, the other one's like, my dad did the same thing with law. And like, they grew up here. They loved it, never had any of these problems. And then now, with a lot of criminality and different things going on, they're feeling like other people are looking at them differently and judging them, even though they have nothing to do with it. And that's really the sad part and the disgusting part. So just
sense.
Yeah.
But the issue is just I know why we have immigrants. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Canadian-born population are
It's
not
very
having
low.
kids.
Exactly. I was talking to somebody
Right.
about this earlier.
That's the biggest issue.
Yes.
So then we do need immigrants.
Yes.
But it's the system that the base country that is happening in.
Yeah.
These diploma mills that were happening was the biggest issue, and it's just a way to get to PR here. It's in affecting the homeland country.
Yes,
There's
is
a
it?
brain drain there as well.
Yeah.
There's no population because I just went to India last year
Okay.
for the first time in my life,
Okay.
and it was like empty. There's
Empty? No,
youth.
no
Old
youth?
people.
Just old people.
There's
So they
old
have like an
people.
older population pretty
Yeah,
much.
just the old people, all the young people just came here, Canada, Australia, UK. You go everywhere in India, Punjab, especially Punjab state.
Yeah.
It's literally advertisements on every single wall saying, study permit, study permit.
Study
US,
permit.
Canada, UK.
Okay.
That's
So like
all
they're
it is.
promoting the like
Yeah, and
for
those
people to
guys
go
have
out
to sell
and-
their land. I feel
Yeah.
bad for them too, because they don't know what they're getting into.
Yes.
They think it's a legitimate thing.
it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Coming from somebody that is from there, that speaks
Well, I'm
volumes.
not from there.
Yeah.
My parents are from there.
Your parents are from
I'm
there. Yeah. Yeah.
I went to high school here. I went to school here. I'm Brampton, 91.
Yeah.
I live in the same neighborhood, and I've seen a big difference.
anyway, you get the idea. I thought that was interesting. And I'm going to share a lot more of these where like local people whose parents are from some of the countries I'm talking about, but grew up like quote unquote Canadian in their culture. They're really speaking out about some of these fraud and bad things that could happen. The negatives, they're at least aware of it with immigration, and sometimes the white people are like, there's a big group of them that are just too dumb to notice, and that's the sad part. I hope people don't go on the racist side and they just like, oh, you should go back to your country. Like, no, like that's terrible. But you can't be an idiot either. Just call the facts as they are and just be honest about it. Try to be nice, but like honesty and kindness are the two things, and very few people seem to have both of them. Anyway, so love to hear what you think, and see you the next one.